All right, it is 5 o'clock, so I will call the meeting of the Committee on Committees to order. Ask the clerk to take the roll.
Carol. Here. Hendricks. Kirk.
Here.
Frank. Yes, here. Severson. Present. And Williams.
Here.
We have your call.
Good. Are we in compliance with the open meetings law?
Yes, Mr. Chair, the meeting is proper.
Very good. And we have before us a 13-point agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda? Motion by Frank, second by Carol. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? We also have before us the July 15th minutes of the Committee of Committees. Anybody have questions, clarifications, changes that need to be made to the minutes? Hearing none, the chair will declare those minutes to be approved as presented. Item 6, public comment. Do we have any members of the public that wish to address the Committee on Committees? Anybody online? Have anybody online? Okay. Then we will move on to reports. Item 7A, the reverse committee listing.
So this was an item that was requested at our last meeting. So we just updated it this morning with the two most recent vacancies or the one that we had last night. And then I don't think Mark Gill was updated yet, but this should be in a 3-page document that gives you the reverse committee listing. So when you're looking at appointments, you can see who's where. It should also reflect the vacancies we currently have at the present moment. So hopefully you all got that and see that sheet. So
You can remove me from the Riverway Board. That's Dan Hilberry.
well, aren't you an alternate?
No.
Oh, I thought there was.
They send 2 names in to the governor.
Yeah.
The governor.
Oh, so they picked Dan. I didn't know that they
Yeah.
picked Dan.
Yeah, he's been on there
Right.
ever since I won.
So are you?
Thank you for putting this together. Very helpful. Do you have questions on it?
And I'll keep it updated, Turk, as things happen. It'll be in the committee folder, so you all can.
Very good.
The updated draft?
Yes.
And yeah.
Yeah,
There's
this is current as of last night. Well,
Yeah, there was just some stuff I noticed on here too, with some names, but,
like what, can you just tell me which one you're looking at?
former director Justin's still on, you're not one of them yet?
Oh, wait, hold on.
Are you looking at the standing committees?
No.
Are you looking at this? This is what this 7A, attachment 7A is a reverse committee listing, so it has just the county board supervisors and what committees you're on.
That's the one labeled committee structure by supervisor.
Okay, yeah.
The updated draft must be the next one.
Yeah, so this, the committee by supervisor just says county board. Okay. So that's what 7A was. Okay.
Next one is actually EA's. All right, any other questions on 7A, the committee listing by supervisor? All right, then let's continue on to item 8, discussion and possible action appointments to various committees, boards, and commissions.
So if you look at your attachment then that has all of these color totals, you're gonna see the areas that are highlighted in that pink salmon color are current vacancies we have at the present moment. So there's quite a few in there, and these two reflect those from Ingrid, Mark. Rod is on there, and just the current vacancies we have now, I updated it this morning. So
Okay.
I think the easiest thing to do would be give Rod Perry everything. As I say, give Rod Perry everything.
He did
So-
submit a list of what he's interested in.
Oh, he did. Easiest thing to do is just to start with our standing committees and work our way down through. I think those are probably the ones that we want to make sure we get filled first, because that's where the majority of the business happens for county board and committees and all that stuff. So if you're looking at the very first one, executive and finance, you're gonna see there's 2 on there. There's the at-large county board member, and then there's the community health services committee chair. Because Ingrid was the community health services chair, which would by default put her on the executive and finance team. So that Community and Health Services Committee chair appointment is going to have to wait until you fill the Community Health Services one, because, or they decide a new chair to go to Executive and Finance. The first is Thursday, so. They got a little while on that first week. But we do have the other vacancy, was Mark Gill. So Mark Gill was that at-large county board member, so you do have a vacancy that you can fill with Executive and Finance, aside from the community health service.
So, my question is, we have 2 open positions on the county board at this time?
4.
Four, it's okay. The last 2, I was trying to think, we only refilled the one of Rod, and we still have.
Rod
4.
was supervisor. Right?
Yes.
Without Hardwick.
Harwick.
Hardwick, that's right.
Sorry, Elaine. Harwick.
Craig.
And then we got Woodhouse, and we've got now Gill and Brookins and Glassbrenner.
And Gladbrenner, and then Perry.
Barry just came on.
So how much of these, do we look at what has to be filled, knowing that hopefully
I
we're
think
gonna
there are
have
some that
some?
we want to fill as a priority.
Right.
With 4 members still to income, we want to make sure we're leaving some opportunity for them too. So we're trying to balance.
Right,
everything.
that's why I was curious what
Yeah.
the direction here was, if that was.
Yeah.
All right.
Like with executive and finance, that's one I think we want to fill. We'll obviously have to wait till they elect a chair, the other committee for that slot, but we do have an opening for an at-large board member. Supervisor Severson has expressed interest in that. Are you still interested, Carrie? Okay.
Are you the chair of? And then the other ones that are on there. All the chairs are part of that, so I just.
And there's, yeah.
And then 3 at-large.
Maybe are you invested in this one?
Executive.
So I don't know if we want to consider these individually or make ourselves a list or how you want to handle it, committee.
I guess I'd kind of like to make a list in case we get partway
Alright.
through, we have to go. Oops, and
Yep, okay.
shift things around.
All right.
But yeah, I think, carry on.
This is where the reverse listing will come in handy.
Yep. Got them both open here so we can keep track. So supervisors, Perry and Schoonover don't have a lot of committee assignments yet. Which committees did Mr. Schoonover indicate he was interested? He talked to us Monday night, was it? Tuesday night?
Yeah,
A couple different times, yeah.
Yeah,
Natural Resources,
Yep.
Pine Valley, and Fair.
All which need.
Right,
I vote forward natural resources.
right.
yeah.
Yeah, we gotta get him.
So, okay, we'll get to that on the list here, but now we know what the lists are for Perry and Schoonover.
Yeah.
All right, so put Severson as the at-large for executive and finance. Then we've got community and health services.
So, yeah, I would fill that one because you have 2 members.
Yeah,
that
there are 2
on-
vacancies there, so I think we need to fill one of them.
Yes.
Did Rod have interest in that?
That is not on his list.
Is natural resources on his?
It is.
Yes,
I was gonna say-
natural resources on both of the new supervisors lists.
He was probably fitting good with that one.
Yeah,
Just with his past experience working with natural resources.
We have 2 vacancies on community and health services standing.
Take them in order as we go down.
Yeah, let's work our way down the committee.
Oh.
Do we have anybody here
Elaine, you're
interested?
not on.
Elaine, would you be interested in that one?
Yeah.
You with me? Okay.
Community and Health Services.
No. Right. And then we can hold the other slot on that committee vacant for a future supervisor. There. Okay, there's only 3 vacancies on natural resources.
Wow, what are you doing?
of those vacancies, you did have Randy, Mr. Schoonover and Perry who expressed interest. And because like Steve said, they're down to hardly anyone, you could fill 2 of those spots and still have one more open for future
I would say
people.
put them both.
I take put both.
I agree. Anybody else have a problem with that, putting both of them on natural resources? That sound okay? You'll have to work with them, Elaine.
Good luck.
Then when you go down to public safety, you
Yep.
can see there's a vacancy there, or there's, 1 vacancy there, sorry.
And you know, honestly, I don't think we're in a big push for that.
Okay.
At this point.
My only concern is we really struggle to make quorum.
True.
And I am interested.
At community and health services.
I will.
No,
For
public safety.
Public safety.
We're down to public.
this meeting, yeah.
Well, and I
Public
say yes,
safety.
yes, we've struggled, but we only missed it once because of a communication issue? It
The
wasn't.
second time we waited about 15 minutes.
Well, all right,
Big quorum.
12
Yes.
minutes. You're right. All right, fair enough.
I'm talking about the time we missed it because of me. That was my screw up on that.
I'm usually a problem
I
too,
spaced
because I have
out
an
a
8 o'clock meeting with my boss on Friday morning, so sometimes I'm late getting to it.
Okay.
But I talked
But
to
but
Chris.
if there's a vacancy, that doesn't count against quorum.
True.
That's true.
So is it necessary if, it's fine if we fill it, but I want to make sure other things are covered.
Yeah, I'd say let's move on and then.
Okay, we'll leave that one for now. I would say if we get other supervisors that are interested, I'd be willing to yield my seat to somebody else who's interested, so.
That's fine. It is, want to make sure people.
That brings us down to
So,
Aging ADRC Advisory Committee.
and there's,
That doesn't even have to be a board member, right? That's
Correct.
just a member over 60.
Yes.
I was just saying I'm doing respite, but I mean, I feel like I don't have to be on there, but I'm interested.
In ADRC.
My job.
So what happens with the ADRC Aging Advisory is that is posted, and then they want you to reach out to
Yeah.
Roxanne over at the ADRC. So if you just let her know you're interested, and then their committee votes and then sends it to full board for recommendation.
Okay, so that's not one we have to pick.
Correct. That's one we just approve at the final full county board.
Very good. We have a vacancy. Next one down is Committee on Committees, which is elected by the board. So at the next county board meeting, we'll have to elect someone to fill that slot.
Make recommendation at all, or is that just see what people want to?
Typically, we see if anybody's interested first.
That problem, okay,
Yes.
right, fair.
Let's see, working our way down.
fair.
For as many open board seats as we have surprisingly few committee vacancies.
Yeah, county fair would be the next one,
Yep.
and Randy Schoonover did, as we said, express interest in that as well.
Okay.
So are you guys comfortable with putting him on that committee?
So, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
That would get him up to what, 4?
Yeah, that's-
Yes, campus freaking big, exec and finance, and the two we have listed. The next one is housing authority. That was Michelle Harwick.
All
I don't
right.
necessarily know if that's not an urgent one in my opinion. I
Okay.
think you better on that one. Same thing with Mississippi Valley Health Services, that one we just kind of, I just left it open because you haven't done it.
Yeah.
But I don't
It's
think
been
we need
vacant for quite a while.
Do we even know how maybe?
Have they ever met?
I believe it's a quarterly.
Yeah.
It was, Dr. Barris was on it, and then we found it truly has to be a county board member and not just somebody who's on the Community and Health Services Committee. So Dr. Barris has continued to go, but technically it needs to be a county board member.
I just, what do they do?
It really isn't super relevant to Richland County because we do not typically utilize, Hillview and those services that La Crosse County has available, but we are part of their, consortium, and we have the ability to use those services, so,
Where are the meetings held?
most of them are via Zoom.
These days.
Yep, these days. You can go to La Crosse and go to the meetings, but most people appear online.
Statutory requirement for that?
No.
Okay.
It's just with us being part of their consortium that they request that, or required.
Then,
Then we're down to NHS.
yep, NHS was Craig, obviously, and then he left before that because of work.
Right.
Resignations. That
Still
one, I
lists
think-
Richard McKee as a citizen member. I thought he had left that board.
He's on both.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, hold on.
Your NHS of Southwest Wisconsin. He's listed as a citizen
Oh, he should, yeah, that's,
because he had expressed interest in being appointed.
yeah. Let me double check that one.
Yeah, so you just know the one vacancy for sure.
There is still the one vacancy, yes.
Yep, and that was fairly high on Supervisor Perry's list.
Yeah.
He's interested. If we do wind up having another vacancy on there, we could consider Mr. McKee if he wants to get back on, I would think.
Well, if he's on as, a citizen member,
Yeah, I don't know if we appointed him or,
It's on there.
no,
Yeah,
that comes from, so this committee list, they gave me this
Okay.
committee list, we just do the county board appointment. And
Okay.
so he Yeah, we just, picked the board member. And so
Okay.
that was where this list got kind of crazy. It was
Yeah.
because we don't control all of this, we just worry about the committee. So some of these committees, this was kind of something Candace wanted, she wanted that comprehensive list. So some of these committees, we just picked the county board person and not
Right.
who else is on there.
Maybe if we're gonna, do color coding for vacancies and stuff, maybe we can kind of gray shade ones that we don't appoint.
Well, and I thought about you just on this list, only having it be the ones we appointed, nothing else,
Yeah.
but then the desire was to have everything listed, so
Right.
I can certainly do that, because I would prefer that
Yeah.
myself, but
For our purposes as a committee on committees especially,
Great.
knowing what we're supposed to be worried about,
great,
I think would be very.
that's why I highlighted stuff, but
Yeah.
yes.
Thank you.
So do you want to fill NHS, Dave, or leave it?
Um,
Well, is it already filled by Richard McGee though?
As a citizen member, but there's
yeah,
still.
he's not a county board appointee.
He really isn't, okay, I thought for sure he was, because
At one time he was,
He
but then,
was.
Woodhouse was our county board appointee and he was a
Yep.
citizen member on it and,
that's right.
and then they went through their change of directors and there was
Got it.
some fireworks and things, so. Yeah.
Right.
So the one we can appoint is the county board member. I guess I'd recommend Rod Perry, since it was so high on his list of wants.
Okay.
All right. We have Pine Valley, and that was one
Randy had.
Randy Schoonover had
Yep.
mentioned, so.
So Randy for that one?
Can I leave the other one then, just?
Yeah, at least the other one for a future member.
But also, if a future member doesn't have a short,
It's a month to 7.
probably better
Better
for
fine.
future member.
That is nice. Prosperity Southwest is the next one, correct?
Yep, and that's
We had appointed
Larry Engel.
Larry Engel, but he didn't work out for him, so it is now vacant. Is that one we want to appoint now, or wait till we have more supervisors needing committee assignments?
Would like to wait till we have more,
Wait, okay.
more supervisors. And it would be nice to fill the regional planning
Yes,
position.
Yeah.
so we have that would be interested in that.
Which one?
Regional planning.
That was Mark Gill's one.
Yep, Steve and I are already on it.
How often do they?
They meet, is it quarterly, Steve?
Yeah.
Yeah. Meet down in Platteville typically. They did have a training event in Dodgeville a while back that we went to. Their meetings are in person. They don't usually have a virtual link to it.
Time of the day or the?
9 AM,
Oh, really?
yes.
I can do that. Interesting.
You can be interested in that?
Yeah.
Fourth and Tuesdays, in February, August, and February.
Yeah, that would have been what they gave me when I created this list last time, and it's just been updated. It has been, I don't know. I haven't been told. So Bob ranked down for.
Yep.
Sure, okay.
Don't have any more. I want you posters and PowerPoint showing up in the paper or on Facebook.
So I think that's it for the stand, for
It's
the.
standings.
You
Okay.
go to ad hoc.
Ad hoc. Library planning committee.
I don't know a ton about the committee, sure, really. I don't we
either.
have an appointment for a board member, but other than that, I really don't know much about that.
Yeah.
And if they meet as needed, I think we could wait on that.
And then CRC would be your last one.
So yes, we have a vacancy on CRC.
Fill that right now?
I think it would be nice too. I think there's a lot of big decisions that are gonna be coming up with the campus, and it would be nice to have a full committee, yeah.
That was on Supervisor Perry's list. Supervisor Schoonover's already on it.
Where's that leaving Supervisor Perry? Got him on this is fourth.
Would have him on this, on NHS board, on natural resources. And that's
That's
it.
it, just
So,
No, it's not too bad.
no, it's not.
And he does know a lot about the PUD,
Yeah.
so.
Yep.
And you can always say no. Say yes.
Mr. Perry? Yep. So that is it for current vacancies that we have. The other one I want to just talk to you guys about, Mr. Chair, if I may.
Yes.
Is the library one. So let me grab.
Talking the Brewer Public Library?
Yeah, the Richland Center Library Board. So I've been in communication with Stacy Pilla, actually. And so there was a discussion back and forth between she and I and Angela Noel, who's the Southwest Wisconsin Library System Director, so maybe you may or may not know her, about how many people should be on the library board.
Yep.
So at one point, we had Chair Turd and Mr. Brookins. We had both of them out. And I had that flagged to review just because if you look at, it did match our appendix A and whatever. So Mr. Brookins resigned, moved himself effectively from that committee. There was still that question on, do we need to have more than one or not? So I did reach out, like I said, to Stacy, who reached out to Angela, and this is a response I got at 9 o'clock this morning regarding the county appointment to the library board, that'd be the Richland Center Library Board in question. In her email, Angela had asked her, if the county, what the county basically needed to have for appointments there. And Angela's response was, this is a great question, thanks for asking, you're absolutely right. The county may appoint up to 2 additional members to the board currently, but that doesn't mean they have to. If they only want to appoint 1 member, which in this case would be you, Dave, that is fine, and if they don't want to appoint anyone, then they can make that choice too. They aren't legally required to appoint anyone to the board, but are just legally given the option if they want. Regardless of how many seats they can appoint, they should only appoint 1 county supervisor.
Right.
So you're currently appointed to that committee, Mr. Brookins was, he left, so in my opinion, it satisfies our appointment.
At the library board meeting Monday night, I was as a board member, Stacy was asking if we would be willing to appoint a county citizen member, which from Angela's doesn't sound like we have to.
No.
Her indication to me Monday night was she would like us to. I said, well, I'd have to bring that back. We were having a committee on committees this week. It would be a tweak in how we appoint that committee, so we'd have to talk about it here and see if we wanted to change that. So I don't know if we have interest in appointing a county resident, because they differentiate between city residents and non-city residents and all that stuff, so. And they are short on board members, right? So I don't know where we'd like to go, if anywhere, with that. As it stands right now, as you said, we're meeting our minimum. Elaine, go ahead.
I'm on the Southwest Library Board. We have never had. It was one of my 3 committees. The other one was Parks, and we meet, I think we're going to now. So it's like, I don't even know what that. what
Yeah,
we
that one
talk about
doesn't
when we
meet
get
real
there, but I-
frequently, and they're always virtual meetings, is my understanding, so, yeah. But that's something to check with Stacy about, see if she knows.
And some of those committees, again, were just asked to have county representation, and they're not ones that were really responsible for it, well, so. That's why when I filled this out, I'm like, when you meet.
Well, that's why I'm glad we did this, because I've been on the board for how long, and I really had one committee till I got voted on this one, because the other 2, one's never met, the other one finally, now we've had our second. So I'm just saying I'm really thankful that we're trying to make it all fair. And this is a good start.
So with this one, maybe we hold up on this, get everyone seated, and then if there's a need for extra committees, we'll pop someone on this one, but I can just kind of.
Well, we wouldn't want to put another county board supervisor.
No, but yeah, we could, all true. Right. That'd be so.
Elaine,
Again,
go ahead.
part of the thing I was searching for is how often do committees meet? Because I don't think should be.
It's on that committee list you're looking
Yeah,
at,
it's
look at the
like
bottom, the
To be
tree.
announced or whatever,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying, I've had hardly any meetings, which is probably good, but you know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that this is a good start.
And that's kind of when I started to build this last year, when I reached out to all these committees to try to get information in, it was hard enough to kind of get the names of people on these committees that we don't directly control, much less when they then meet, like. So I'm kind of at the just mercy of who has that information and how they share it.
Really good start, I appreciate it.
So if we're at the end of the list, maybe we can review what we've come up with so far. Trish, you were taking notes.
So Executive and Finance, Carrie Severson, Community and Health Services, Elaine Hendricks, Natural Resources, Rod Perry and Randy Schoonover, County Fair Committee, Randy Schoonover, NHS, Rod Perry, Pine Valley, Randy Schoonover, Southwest Regional Planning, Bob Frank, and Campus Reconfiguration, Rod Perry.
I would so move to make, so those appointments.
Motion, are you seconding, Elaine, or have a question?
My only concern is I was a healthcare worker for 30 years, and I just feel it really is important to get people on some of these committees that actually know about long-term care for the facility and how it operates. And I know when Mark left or told us he was leaving, he said, you know, he did the best he could, but we also need to look at getting people on committees that are appropriate to serve on. And I'm just saying, how about we look at how many Mr. Schoonover has and how many I have and discuss that further then. That would be.
We have a motion on the floor. Do I have a second before we get to discussion?
I'll take.
Okay, Mr. Williams seconds. Now we can discuss. Okay. Carrie, did you?
What were you saying about looking at Randy and then versus your committees?
I think we should see how many he's on now and how many I'm serving on now and see if it's even, because like, I don't think this one should count as one of my committees when it's never met.
So,
That's what I.
library one?
Yeah, yeah. And I just feel it's more appropriate, maybe take me off being on HHS, put me on a committee that I definitely can contribute, because I've been going to every meeting, contributing, because I'm the one that people reach out to. I've never missed a Pine Valley meeting, but yet I'm not on the committee, so I go every meeting, helping them in the meeting, because I have the information needed. So I just think it would be appropriate that I'm on that committee over somebody that's not a healthcare professional. That's just all I'm saying. That's just needs to be considered.
Which one did we just add? Which one did we just?
Community and Health Service.
Nothing to do with fields, which is appropriate too, I get it, but and I would love to serve on that, I have people, I have the knowledge base to do so. But I do feel it's very important that I'm going to be on the county board. I need to be utilized where I'm more helpful to a meeting. I love your committee, I absolutely love it, but I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm learning. Yeah,
That's a big
That's what I'm saying.
process is learning what happens, yeah.
And so, how many did we have Randy on now?
I think 5.
To natural resources, county fair, Pine Valley, executive finance, and campus reconfiguration. He's already on those 2, so you've added 3 more to him tonight for a total of 5.
Yeah.
If they're approved, of course.
If they're approved by the county board. Yes.
Get how many I know. Yeah, so it would even it out.
There's 2 that you really don't really need anymore, that you're on, looks like.
Right. So I
County
think
Parks
it's
Committee,
more
County Parks,
appropriate.
they don't really meet anymore.
Wait, what?
You're on committee on committees, they only meet so often.
That
If you
got
said the
elected
Southwest
on that.
Wisconsin Library Board, that's not really meeting.
Wait, so it's county parks.
No.
There was about a 6-month time period that they did not, and we've had 2 since I've been on in this role. So they're now getting back into the role of having a meeting, and I know there's another one coming up. I can't remember when it is. So there was a period of time that we were not. We are back on schedule.
Discussion from the committee.
Who's on Pine Valley for the vacant? We leave those vacant or?
There's only 1 vacancy left.
I thought you guys were doing that.
That's the one we're gonna wait on, yeah.
And I do make an effort to attend every meeting because,
I understand.
yeah.
So we have, hopefully, 4 new board members at
Yes.
some point. And we need to leave some slots open for that.
Yes.
Quite a few slots.
Hopefully we'll fill them all at the same time. Hopefully we don't stretch on.
Yeah.
We didn't try to fill the seats. Right, the Perry is taken now.
Wait, yeah, we're discussing this right now. I do have some.
So we have our motion before us for the suggested list of appointments to bring to the board. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote on the motion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Lane's opposed?
Oh, I missed both.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't see it, so I didn't hear you.
Motion carries. That brings us to item 9, which is discussion and possible action on amendments to Appendix A, the committee and other boards and commissions.
Can we go back, Chairman Turk, to Board of Adjustments?
Board of Adjustments.
Did we agree to add Shirley?
Yeah, can we talk about the appendix? Because we need
Okay.
to modify that appendix because the appendix is not right.
Okay, so we need to fix that first before we can.
Yep, all right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. That's, we got to.
Gotcha. Okay, perfect. So this is item 9.
Okay, so you guys should have, again, an updated, amended, or proposed amendments to this appendix A. There's not a ton that changes. One of the bigger changes, stuff is actually arranged alphabetically. For whatever reason, it wasn't arranged alphabetically last time. Doesn't matter
Okay.
why, but nonetheless, we've arranged these committees alphabetically to also follow the same committee listing in the same order, okay? So there's been a little bit of shuffling. Other than that, there were just some one-off things that needed to be fixed here and there. So the standing committee portion of it, no amendments were needed there. That was fine. There was nothing to fix there. It's when we get to the other boards and commissions, section 2, that we've had to make some modifications on. Again, nothing crazy, but just cleaning it up based on a couple different things. So Trish and I sat down and went through this. So I think the easiest thing to do is just, I will explain to you the changes made for each one of these things, which will already be reflected in the document that you have. I have the changes here and we'll go from there if that's good with you guys.
Okay.
All right, so the first one there where it says ADRC of Eagle Country, there we're gonna remove for this one, we removed the requirement that said one member of the county board from the Community and Health Services Committee, because we had Richard McKee is currently on that committee, but he's not on Community and Health Services anymore.
Okay.
So if we modify this just to remove that requirement for the Community and Health Services Committee member to be on there, that would be the proposed change for that. Again, Richard's been serving on this committee, you guys, because he was appointed in April of 2024.
Okay.
So that would be the change to that,
All right.
okay? And then the next one would be aging, where you have their aging/ADRC advisory committee. A couple changes here. One, we modified that name to say aging/ADRC. It used to just be Aging Unit Advisory Committee, but there was a recommendation, and Trish, you could maybe talk about that a little more to explain that. But that would be the change to the title, just the titling of the committee. Also, this committee previously said 3 members appointed by the administrator and confirmed by county board. That should actually be 7. And that's because there are some requirements for membership that committee has to have. So those are listed there. At least 4 of the members shall be older individuals. And then at least 1 member should be an adult with a physical disability, intellectual disability, and then a non-specific client group. So though, and then it reports to Community Health Services. So those were the changes that were made to that committee. I'll let Trish explain more about those because it's her wheelhouse.
Yeah, so those are by statute, those are the requirements of what is needed to be on the committee. I did double check with Roxanne Kluberton-Skerber, who is the head of the ADRC at this point in time, and this is really just coming into compliance with statute.
Great. We're gonna move on to Board of Adjustment then, I believe is the next one. So this one was interesting in the fact that we had in the old appendix, it said 3 members and 2 alternates, all of whom are not members of the county board, appointed by the county administrator and confirmed by the county board. They report to natural resources. we couldn't find anyone to fill this committee, right? Steve, that's my understanding, how you and, Gary ended up on there. So we can do a couple different things. What you have before you removes that requirement of the county board members, all of whom are not county board members. So we could leave that be the 3 members that are currently on there and then the 2 alternates, but I think, there's some idea that some of these people don't maybe want to be on the committee, or they're aging out of the committee because they've been on it for so long. Or like Steve said, there's Shirley Welty who has interest in being on the committee. So the changes proposed in the appendix before you, eliminates the language that says they can't be county board members. But that's, if we're going to change that committee structure, or if we're gonna modify an appointment, now's the time to talk about it.
So there's no statutory reason or legal reason that there should be an exclusion of county board members.
Yeah, it's 59.694, and I had asked Andy Phillips about this way back in January, and we can waive the requirement for that appointment. So I guess I don't know if this is one of those things that was missing. I'm not sure, but
Okay.
so that would be the change to that appendix. Steve, do you guys want to talk about switching that up to appoint different people, or? You mentioned Shirley Welty.
Yeah, she has an interest. I know Randy Hines is, they're selling their property. They may not be, in Richland County anymore. So that would be I think we need to do something. Gary and I'll probably stay on there. They said, oh, you hardly ever meet. We've met every month since. Because there's a lot of zoning changes happening, but just trying to see it, Okay, so, well, you got them in order. Back up to me. Who was the other one that's?
So you and Gary are the 2 alternates, right? Yeah. Yeah, Tom McLean, Alan Ripshin, and Randy.
Alan is no longer on there. He's
Okay,
left.
so there is a vacancy.
Yep.
When did he didn't tell me that, so.
Yes, I did.
When did he quit, Steve?
3 months ago? Yeah.
No idea.
Old news.
Yeah, and I don't know how much longer either one of the other guys. Tom's been on there for, it says 2006, 20 years. Randy's been on there 19, so. And Alan has been on there for 24 years, so, yeah. So, with Alan gone, we could put, in my opinion, in there. She showed interest. She's come to some of the meetings already.
So that would be my recommendation, is to put her on Board of Adjustments then, and then when the other ones resign, hopefully they let me know sooner than 3 months after they've done so, and we can fill that appointment then.
That's an administrator appointment with board confirmations.
While we're talking about this board of adjustments, it says it reports to natural resources committee. I don't know if I've ever heard anything from the board of adjustments.
Kathy and your zoning girl are in the meeting. Yeah. It's weird.
I think with some of these, they report to that committee only if there's something
Yes.
that needs to be reported. So there's many committees that report to like community and health services that never, ever bring anything. It really is just if something needs to come to that committee, then that happens.
Things must be going smooth then.
It's like the liaison committee, because the only a standing committee has to take something to county board, so that's why these layers are built.
What kind of things would came down with the natural resources?
We get all these rezoning requests that must not ever come to you guys. I don't know if I've seen any of the ones we see come through. We had one out here in Boaz that was, actually started the shed. And it's bigger, the shed is bigger than, we have zoning law, I suppose, where your shed, secondary structure cannot be bigger than the, what do you want to call it, your house, your primary residence. The shed was bigger than the house. That was one of the things we had. Oh, so the old Peaches building. The old Peaches building. They want to tear it down. Tear it down, but they're gonna rebuild on the same footprint. So, and reuse the basically same footprint, fill in the basement.
So instead of going directly to zoning, it goes to you guys?
all those that kind of.
Oh, there's something to look at.
Yeah, it's like, to me, it's, maybe we don't even need them.
Must be a reason, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because we've always done it that way.
Well, I'm afraid I might have to go read the statute.
You do that tonight.
Yeah, 59, 690.
Unless Gary already knows it, I don't. I have a question though. So it says here appointed by the administrator. So we're no longer gonna be appointing committees by committee on committee?
For standing committees, the committee on committees does it.
Okay.
For other
Okay.
ones, it's
That's what I
administrator
thought.
appointment, but the board confirms.
And just remember, when Andy developed this for us in 2024, he was comparing statutory requirements for these committees for us to have. So when you see that reference to state statute, I'm not the attorney that pulled it. That was, what we had to help of.
It's definitely something.
Thought it was on your office wall.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Okay.
So that would be, so for Board of Adjustments, for that, you have it before you, and I'm just gonna make a note here that Shirley Welty, should you make a motion to approve the amendments, we can also throw in there the motion to appoint Shirley Welty to the vacancy that's existed for Mr. Richard. All right, on your list, so I did add committee on committees on this list, just because it wasn't on the list before. And this list, that we're looking at, really, Trish and I spoke about this too, we would include things that actually had county board commitments on it, so we knew what county board committees needed to be filled. So committee on committees wasn't on the original one, I added it on there,
Okay.
but again, that's all through elections, so there's
Right.
nothing to do with that.
Can I make a suggestion there?
Yes,
It says elected at the organizational meeting. Could we add something about in case of a vacancy at a regular county board meeting? Like, or in case of a vacancy? Because that's what we've been doing.
Technically, you'd have to wait till the next order.
Yeah, that's. the
oh
way
yeah,
it
I
works.
see what you're saying, yeah.
Somebody leaves the committee, then they can't
Yep.
do what we've been doing, which is elect a new representative at a board.
Yeah, and I probably just plucked that language from, the rules of the board, actually.
Probably.
Yep, okay,
And nothing wrong with what it says, as
I will do that.
long as we're not limiting.
Okay, thank you. Yep. All right, so then courthouse security, that one was also added, to this list. Again, they're, let's see. These are, well, Trish, I'll let you talk about this one.
So
I'm not
court
subject matter.
security is something that is required for us to have. I believe you're on this one, no?
Dave, no, I go.
I'm supposed to be when I'm not available.
Yeah.
So I just send you on that.
So that is one that they get together and really start just talking about, what do we need, what are the issues that we're at?
That comes back to public safety then.
It goes back to public safety.
I don't see that listed on here as,
I do think if this is one that,
Would it be because they're statutory, they don't necessarily report to public safety, because they're statutorily,
I get that, but now we have a statutory committee that has no body to go
True,
to for
yeah.
decision-making and funding and money. I think we should attach them to something.
well, and I suppose it could be depending on what they're talking about. It might be public safety or it might be public works.
and oftentimes I believe that they have shared their results or like shared at a public safety meeting. It's usually the judge or Jenny Lau that brings that information back. Sometimes Stacy Price does that. So they do bring it back. But they may want to also report to Public Works if Public Works is going to be the agency, or now that Public Works is the committee that is going to look at long-range planning for the building and facilities.
And Criminal Justice Coordinating Committee, this one, was also added to the list you have before you. And this again has that 165.955 sub A list of people that have to be on the committee, so.
This is something that we are required to have because we have treatment court. And I believe right now there is not a county board member appointed to this committee.
You report to public safety, so.
Yes.
Criminal Justice Coordinating Committee has Larry Engel.
That's right.
Okay, county board member. Questions about that? Moving on. Housing authority, I don't believe we made any changes to housing authority. There was nothing to fix for that one, so that's no changes. Joint ambulance committee. I didn't make any changes to that one. That obviously may change, I guess, at some point, but that's just 2 members of the county board, so no changes to that one. Land Information Council. I added that one, that was not on our list. Double check. Yeah, I added Land Information Council, and that's with the 59.72. That was also another one I consulted with Andy Phillips about. So the Land Information Council is required under 59.72 sub 3M. It has 1 board member appointee. So we already have our board member appointee for that. That means. Bob, yeah. I see Mike Jessen.
Yes. On a couple of side projects we have, yes, that is the reason.
Okay, so that one we added, just, right. LEPC, I added that one too, we've always had that committee, I just added it to this list. Again, because we have 2 county board member appointees to that, currently Larry Engel and Carrie Severson, so.
Yes.
Right. So there wasn't anything we changed, or we just added that. Mississippi Valley, we just need the appointment for that, which we spoke about earlier, nothing's changed with that. NHS of Southwest Wisconsin, nothing changed with that, so that was already on there. Prosperity Southwest, that we added because we have the 1 county board member appointment open for that, that's a new committee that Larry Engel was on, but resigned. So that's that one. Richland Center Library Board. The only thing we did with this one was we added the notation of the 43.60, and that notation came from Andy, and it was, I think that was another one of those oversights that, was just missed one, so. Yeah, he actually offered to agree to add this provision, the appendix, but we can add 43.57, so we added that notation, and I think there only needs to be 1 county board member, so that's what we spoke about earlier, so that's okay. Richland Center Park Board, no changes with that one. Southwest Cap, no changes with that one. Southwest Wisconsin Library Board, same thing. Oh, this should be the 1 county board member and the 1 citizen member. So this, it used to say 2 county board, or 2 members appointed by the administrator and confirmed by the county board. We did learn one of those should be the county board and the citizen member, which we've already fixed that as appointment wise. That was. Oh, that was. Elaine's on that board, and then we appointed. Sorry, what?
What board did you say?
Southwest Wisconsin Library System
Okay,
Board.
library.
Right, so Elaine is on that one, and then Joan Kepler was the one we appointed as a citizen back in March. So that one's been addressed, just cleaned up the language on the appendix A. Southwest Regional Planning Commission, we edited this one, and this went from 1 member to 3 members. And then it's the county board chair and 2 other appointments, and they can be citizens, but we just talked about filling that one, so I don't think there's anything else to discuss there, other than just you can see, think about that language as to who could be those other appointees. Simon's Natatorium Board, edited this one to say 3, so that it's 1 county board chair and 2 other at-large county board members. Again, we have Dave, Mary, and Larry for that committee, so I think that was fine.
They're working on a revised agreement, which would give discretion to be board chair or designee. So if that passes through, then we can update this.
Next one, Tri-County Airport, there were no changes made to that one. Veteran Service Commission used to be at the front of the list.
but I moved it to where it belongs with the other week. And so there were no changes to make for this one. The appointment's already made for this and it's still there.
Question, it's a Veterans Service Commission, but then there's another one where we need to have veterans on. What's that?
Veterans now reports to executive and finance. They do a quarterly report.
There's another one
Committee that requires that.
that requires veterans to be on that, that's supposed to review funding of something.
And that's the Veterans Service Commission.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
all three members shall be county residents who are veterans.
Okay.
And now I know Andy looked at that when we cleaned that up too, to make sure we had the commission correct for that one, and even when they meet, because there was like 2 questions about off meeting. Okay.
Derek,
Yes.
before you go too far past Wright County, there's 2 more for South County.
Oh, for the
Airport.
County Airport one?
Yeah, there.
Well, I have Richard or Dale, Dennis, there's more.
There's 4 for South County, we have 2.
Yeah, if you can give me the other 2, that'd be great, because it'll matter. Okay.
That just happened this year because of
Okay.
2/3, 1/3.
Okay. So then the last, sorry. So the library board, we added the notation to match the other library boards, and that's all we had added to that. So we have our library board, Mary Miller's the representative for that. Almost done. And there were no edits needed for the ad hoc committees, you have that before you, so library planning committee, chapter 980, CRC, we didn't change any of those. So really, it was just some minor, some cleanup things, just adding that language for designation. So those would be the changes that you have before you.
Which requires county board approval.
What's,
Those changes require county board approval.
Yep, so motion to get them. Yep.
and then, as a part of that motion, can we include the appointment of Shirley Walty to?
That should come as a recommendation from the
Yes.
administrator.
Got it. So Bob, sorry.
I would make that recommendation to accept the changes.
Okay, do I have a second for that? Second for Mr. Carroll. Any further discussion on those changes, Mr. Carroll?
The change in the public works responsibility description, that gonna do that later?
As far as the shifting the responsibility for long-range planning and all and facilities?
And
Yeah, I think that would be separate from this list of edits, Derek, is that correct?
Well, I mean, we could add it, it should be added to this
Okay.
list, because this delineates it, that was kind of on my other list too, is I didn't know exactly how you all want that worded. So we should add it as a bullet point underneath, D there, where it says Public Works Committee. Currently now you have functions as Highway Committee under Wisconsin 83.015, oversight review of budget performance, county solid waste disposal services, board liaison for park board, so what would you like it to say, like?
get the wording right.
I was gonna say the resolution says perform oversight duties of future planning of county facilities.
So I can add that as a bullet point.
Okay, so you're okay with that?
Yes, I think that's acceptable.
You okay with that in your second, Steve?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Clarified that. Any other discussion on the motion that we have before us? All right, hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? That forward to the board. Set future meeting dates. I assume once we get some more board members, we'll have to meet again. So we should, I would say not any earlier than our next board meeting, of course.
Yeah, because you'll have some that'll come up September 16th, and then you're gonna have.
Hopefully, we will have some that will come September 16th.
Haven't received any other.
Yeah.
You want to just say to be determined then, because I don't.
Yeah,
Because I don't, based on how it's been going so far, we've had to run those ads twice.
I know. Any money we've been saving on per diems is having to go to advertising.
Pretty soon. So to
So
be
we'll
determined.
leave our future next meeting date to be determined. Do we have any correspondence for this committee? Future agenda items? Got a pretty good sense of what our future agenda will be when we do meet, right?
Go to
Slot.
Indeed and see if we can. Go on Indeed and see if we can get people.
Oh, we had somebody volunteer for an at-large slot.
We did.
Hey, there you go.
Right.
Move the county and then you can have it.
I'd be looking for a motion to adjourn.
So.
Motion by Frank,
I'll second.
second by Williamson. All those in favor? Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you.